Peace family, what's up y'all? Thank y'all for tuning into this video. These are going to be some channel messages that I was receiving yesterday while doing a reading, speaking with my ancestors, trying to find out what I needed to know going forward. There's a lot that's going on in the world. For those of you that keep up with the news and what's going on, I know you know there's a lot of craziness that's going on. There's a lot of tension. I don't get involved too much in the news. I don't watch it at all besides for the weather. What I hear, I get through the grapevine, basically, or, downloads and intuitive messages. But I want to say that the messages that I was getting yesterday were centered around being mindful of your motives and your intentions, being mindful of your emotions and what you choose to feed your energy to, what you choose to put your focus into. There was an energy that I felt that was coming through that feels almost like there is a trick or a setup that is being formed and plotted behind the scenes. There is a storm that is brewing behind the scenes. Okay. And there are laws and certain rules and regulations I feel that have been put in place or that are going to be put in place that the ancestors were really bringing attention to, learning the laws of the land, learning what rules and regulations may be in your state or, whatever. But it was just a need to be informed about the laws of the land, learning basically what you are up against so that you are able to plan better and to play better at this game, okay, if we want to call it that. All right. There's also a message that is very important to remember, that the things that you feel that you are losing or the sacrifices that you are having to make during this time of change that is happening, just know that there is greater to come. There are going to be sacrifices that are going to have to be made for the greater good. Okay. And these sacrifices are going to be beneficial and they're going to bring in success. There was also a message that was coming through that I feel that many of the desires and pleasures that people basically that people are tempted by are going to be shown and highlighted to many of us. All right. A lot of these temptations come through sex. So many people will be tempted, in the sexual department. And I felt as though like this may also be like some sort of trick that has been put in place to be able to have certain spirits or entities have access to certain chosen people. So it's important to be mindful of who you are sharing that type of energy with. It's also important for many of you, if you have been guided at this time to practice sexual retention right now, to practice abstinence, to refrain from having sex as much as possible, just so that you can hold on more to your energy and be able to build up more of that life force power. Okay. There is definitely a need to reserve your energy because all your energy is going to be needed moving forward. Don't entertain a lot of the sidebar drama that may pop off around you. This may not just be solely through the media that is going to come through. This can be in your everyday life as well, through the people that are around you in your family, your friends, your coworkers. Okay. Many of us are going to be tempted in this way to be pulled out of our character, to have that anger aroused in us, right? So that's why a lot of us are being called to to view things from a higher perspective so that you don't get caught up and distracted and taken off of your path, trying to respond to every little thing that distracts you or pulls you at your heartstrings. many of the situations and experiences that you were having before was just preparation for the big shift that is happening, or that is going to happen. That is going to be like this shock to the system for people. We're going to have to be able to be grounded and be of sound mind when a lot of these things hit the fan, so that we are still able to be proper leaders for our families and show up like we need to, okay, on the front lines. I do want to say that I feel that there are going to be a lot of different cliques that are going to be formulated by many of the youth. Okay, we're going to have a lot of young generals running around here. All right, there are going to be a lot of people that whenever this shock to the system happens as a collective, whatever this is going to be, because it's going to impact people in a major way. It's going to really shake people up and wake people up to where they're going to rise to the occasion to protect and defend their families and their communities. And it's almost as if it's going to send people into this panic mode, to where there are going to be people that are going to take advantage of this situation, and they're going to rise to the occasion and become leaders. They're going to become false leaders, though. There are going to be a lot of false leaders that are going to rise to the occasion, saying that they are leading the people the right way. They are leading the people to their own sovereignty. Okay. But they are not. These certain groups and cliques of people are not all going to be fighting for the same cause. So be careful with what you align to and what you come into agreement with, because everybody is not going to be on the same team that you are on. Many people are going to pose as these leaders that are fighting for a good cause and for just reasons, but they are not going to be that. So just be mindful what you who you connect yourself with, and what causes you connect yourself to fighting for. I also feel that there is going to be a rise of different incidents that may continuously pop out about the youth, about the youth either being hurt, or, things breaking out more at the school systems, where maybe these cliques and gangs are being formed in neighborhoods and is carrying into the school systems, and things are starting to transpire. But there are going to be a lot of the things that are going to grab people's attentions and their heartstrings are going to be connected to the children, to things that may happen to the children and to the women. There is also going to be a rise, I feel like, of incarceration that is going to start happening for a lot of the group of, the Black people mainly. Okay, I hate to say that, but there is also, like, I don't want to say that it's just the Black people are just being targeted, but the people that, dive into the cult, people that are, the quote unquote conspiracy theorists, these people are going to be under heavy surveillance. There is a hawk eye on these people, monitoring everything that they do, listening to everything that they do. I feel like there's just this there was just this energy of being watched. Like there's going to be heavy surveillance that is going to be going on. Not like it wasn't already going on, but it's going to be, times 10 at this point. Every little thing is going to be like under a microscope. And I feel that as far as for the incarceration thing, it's like many people may just start getting knocked off for, things that may be really minor, really crazy. And a lot of it is just to pull a lot of the protections from out of the home, to make the families more susceptible to giving in to whatever proposal comes next after the great shock to the system that happens. Many of you that are very in tune with nature and very tapped into Mother Earth, I feel like you have already been getting some sort of warnings. Like nature has really been amping up as far as like signs and stuff coming through, especially with the birds and the trees. I feel like people are getting a lot of messages from a lot of the tree spirits as well. More things are also going to start to be illuminated to you. You don't have to worry about if somebody is doing you wrong, you know, if something is not right. It's going to be illuminated to you. Because there's no time for it's like we don't have time to lollygag. We don't have time to waste time with people aren't trying to that aren't trying to grow, that aren't trying to ascend. So it's like ancestors are going to be snatching people left and right from out of your life. Different things are going to start to happen and break up certain connections and friendships and people that you are not supposed to be connected to, places that you aren't supposed to be, you know. My bad, y'all. Any habits that you may have, any ways of thinking that you may have that is toxic, that is not going to be helpful moving forward, these things are going to start to be broken. A lot of you have really become hip to a lot of the experiences that you have had thus far was actually preparation for something bigger, so that you could step into your role of being the leader when these times hit the fan, because people are going to be seeking out guidance. They're going to be needing to find these healers, these shamans, these seers, these mediums. Okay, they're going to be looking for these people, seeking out these people. So being able to be grounded and being able to know how to stay neutral in certain situations and remaining detached from certain situations as well was very important to learn, because a lot of that knowledge is going to have to be applied. Okay. I know there was something else. I should have wrote this down. I know it was something else I was supposed to. Okay, well. Just keep your eyes open, family. Keep your eyes open. Stay vigilant. Be mindful of what you allow yourself to be pulled into, what you allow yourself to entertain. And just know that, you know, you aren't going to be able to save everybody. Because some of these people don't want to be saved. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to grow. They don't want to ascend like you. And on some level, like we have to accept that, even though it may hurt. And you still have to move forward on your mission and do what you need to do. Regardless of the hate that you get, regardless of the people that's going to be the naysayers, regardless of the people that's not going to believe in you, regardless of the people that's going to have something to say, you know, period. Regardless to whatever, we are still being guided to follow what our hearts are telling us to do, what we are intuitively being guided by our ancestors and the Most High, what we are supposed to be doing at this current time. Okay? So those are the messages that I have for you guys today, that I just wanted to share with someone else that may need it, want to hear it, whatever. I just wanted to put that out there. And I want to also say, you guys, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. And I love y'all. Peace. I'm out.